What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Paige, alongside Emma and Bree. Today we are discussing Dan and Phil, Markpiler getting married, The Sims, and so much more. Let's roll the intro. So the first story we're going to be talking about is Dan and Phil confirmed their relationship after being together for 16 years.
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm so excited.
I know,
Me as well.
I'm so excited for them too.
We were kind of talking about off camera that like no one was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like you could have tuned into Dan and Phil at any point during their career, and you take one look at them and you're like, oh, they're in love. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even really watch Dan and Phil, but I was like, oh, those guys are totally together.
See, I watched
I
it.
was an avid Dan and Phil watcher.
Guys.
I had unrestricted access to the internet,
Oh,
so
of
like I
course.
watched like everything during that time.
You know
like,
what? And as you should.
Like Joey Graceffa, Tyler Oakley.
Oh
like,
my gosh, yes,
all
I
of
remember
them.
Joey Graceffa and Tyler Oakley. Yes.
I was the kid in like middle school that like I was carrying around my copy of like The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire like from class to class.
Of course.
Like I was in it. Like the Dan and Phil lore. I was there. I was there when Dan and Phil Games was created. Like
Damn.
do not bring up the sacred text to me because I've already read them. So
Guys, she knows. The lore goes deep.
I know the lore. And so when I got the text that just said Emma in all caps of like post sent, like post made by like Dan Howell, I was like, oh my god. This is it. Like I felt like Paul Revere. Like I was like literally like this is it. This is it. But
She was telling everybody the British.
I jumped for joy when I found out.
no,
As you should.
literally,
I was like, oh my god.
I was like sitting over my phone like, and my mom had to like ask me what was wrong. Like I was losing my mind. But I think the big thing is that people know now that there was obviously, and Dan's talked about it, how he was so nervous to like come out because he was like bullied growing
Right.
up, right? And so I think people kind of throughout their career kind of reached a point that they were like, they're probably together, but truly that's none of our business.
Yeah.
And so seeing the two of them like finally like hit the nail on the head and be like, hey, we've been a thing for like almost 2 decades, people I think were more than anything just happy to see that they felt comfortable enough to like finally express themselves in that way,
years.
like publicly. And granted, public with a grain of salt, because it's not like we're gonna know every single thing about
Right.
what goes on like behind closed doors in their relationship, right? Like
Exactly.
we're not gonna be like the third person in the room, whatever. But that was the big thing, like being able to see the progression like through it all, because there are people that have been seeing that literally since like 2009 or whatever, 16 years ago.
Right.
it was.
Yeah.
So I think that was the big thing that people took away from it, was like, wow, we did it.
Yeah, you guys finally felt comfortable enough to like come out to us publicly on the internet, which is awesome. That's such a beautiful thing.
I
love
saw
that.
Yeah.
a TikTok of a girl. So after Dan and Phil went on their first tour, this was 2016. Picture it, you're in your 6th grade English class. It's 2016.
Of course.
She was like, I went and saw Dan and Phil on the Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire tour. Are you getting the theme? And when my mom was waiting to pick my brother and I up outside of the arena, she walked up to their tour bus, knocked on the door and asked the bus driver if they were together, and the bus driver told her yes. So I've been sitting on this information since 2016.
That is so crazy
And
to
she-
do.
that's
and she has never told anybody.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Well, I mean, but that's like actually an insane thing to do, and for the bus driver to confirm it is even crazier.
Yeah, that's actually wild.
Like every part of that story, like my jaw hit the floor a little
Yeah.
bit more.
You were just like, Oh gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Also, for story number 2, Markpiler got married, guys, after him and his gal have been together for the last 10 years. This is so exciting.
I also jumped for joy when this came out.
I had a friend over, we were doing homework, and we were in the middle of like, I don't know, some discussion about something, and I literally interrupted her by going, and she was like, what happened? Like, I think she thought someone died. Like, genuinely, I have said on this show before, I'm a Markpiler fan. I listen to his podcast, like, literally every day. I'm almost fully caught up.
Yeah.
This is a moment in history. It's taken me 2 years, but I did it.
I'm proud of you, Queen.
Videos, I'm there. His movie, when it comes out,
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Front row,
Yeah.
like, up against the screen, like, oh my god.
Opening
like,
night, I will be there.
I love him. Like,
I'll
I
be there.
told people about he and Amy getting married, like, he was my own brother. Like, every person I knew, I was like, did you hear about Markpiler? And they were like, no.
I had the opposite reaction. I felt like when I saw it, I was like, I have no one to talk to about this.
I didn't care if they wanted to talk about it. I was going to talk.
As you should.
Like,
Be passionate.
I love, and I think a big thing for that was somebody pointed out online, he's such an unproblematic guy.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like you never hear anything about bad happening with
People
Markpiler.
tried to cancel him like a few months ago because he uses AI. Like, that's it. Like, not like, oh, he makes his videos with AI, like he does all his projects with AI. It's like he's admitted to asking questions to ChatGPT. Like,
Bruh.
that's what you're coming at him
Grasping
for?
at
Bro, you're just
Like,
trying to cancel anybody for anything at this point.
Yeah.
exactly. And so, like, when he and Amy were like, hey, we got married, people were like, yippee! Like, there wasn't, because with, like, not that I'm calling him a celebrity, you know, but, like, with celebrity marriages, it's like, there's always those people that it's like, that should be me! Like, like,
No, everyone was like,
Right.
yes, period.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm not happy for you at all. Like, the backlash, not backlash, but the response to this
Yeah.
was, like, so positive. It was,
Yeah, I love that for
like, it was
him.
refreshing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and
It
I
was
heard
really
that Ethan emceed the wedding as well, which
Right.
is so cool.
Which also warmed my heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him
I-
going from backflip kid to like being one of his best friends
Yeah,
is
like,
like
in
actually
his
so
wedding
insane.
is crazy. I didn't know that until we started recording, and so like I don't know, like I'm touched. Truly, you know, they probably planned this during like Una's Honest, and Mark was like, "Wouldn't this be so funny?" Like,
Hold on, guys. Let me cook. Also, they met on Tinder, guys.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Love
crazy.
finds a way.
Dude, I was gonna say 2 of my best friends. They met on like the, oh my gosh, I want to say it was Yubo, and they've been together. They've been together for the last 5 years, guys. They live together. Like,
Oh,
oh my gosh. Like sometimes
naming you.
I was like, I know. I was like, she's like, guys, I hate having to tell everybody that we met on Yubo. I'm like, hey, you know what? Sometimes it works, and it worked for you guys. Like, you guys have been living together. Like, they're probably gonna have a kid soon. Like, I love that for them so much. So, you know, sometimes it works out in the rare occasions. Also, EA sold The Sims for $55 billion.
yes.
Yeah.
And I am upset about this.
I feel like I could be upset about this. I also found out about this like an hour ago. But like, who exactly did they sell The Sims
So
to?
they sold it to a couple private investors, one of them being Saudi Arabia.
As a whole?
It's like there's like a fund or something. They
Okay.
sold it to them, and then his name something Kushner. And
Ashton?
No, could you imagine? Ashton Kutcher
buys The Sims.
I think it was like Jason or something, and
Some
then there was
generic
another like company that they sold it to, and I know there's been a lot of like online that people are worried that they're going to change it because these people are not known for being like progressive and like
Yeah.
accepting of like LGBTQ, so people are worried that like they could potentially change the game. And there's also people worried that they're just gonna shut it down altogether.
Why,
Shut
like,
down
why sell The Sims and
We're
then
rioting in the streets.
Yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say protests will be happening to bring The Sims back. So please
That's
don't sell The Sims.
thousands of hours on this game.
No, for
like,
real. And that really surprised me that EA would sell it at
Yeah.
all.
Well, they were in massive debt.
Oh
no shot.
Yeah.
This is because, and this isn't me digging at sports people, but this is because EA releases the same sports game every year, and like people I think are fiending for something new.
I
Like, you
agree.
know? And so, but maybe that's just me like grasping at straws for like, why would they do that? You know?
Yeah.
But I think the fact that they sold it, well, other than the debt apparently, they poured so much into it.
Right.
Yeah,
they-
why would
they
you, like, do all of
completely
that?
Shut down the idea that like we're gonna have a Sims 5. Like,
Right.
we're not doing it. We're just going to keep developing this game because clearly everyone likes it, like whatever. And then also, it shocks me that that's who they sold it to because The Sims as a franchise is known for being so progressive.
Right.
That like, when The Sims 4 came out and they were like, or was it The Sims 3 that they finally implemented like same-sex couples? Do you Do you know?
I feel like it was 3.
Well, like when that happened, that was like huge, and they really like prided themselves on being like
Progressive for
the
them.
inclusive game. Like they had the update like semi recently, and was within the last like year or two about like being able to make Sims who like are transgender and can like.
They even had like hearing aids and like stuff like that to like make it more
representation and stuff.
Like they are so progressive with like video games like in that genre, and so to hear that they sold it to people who really go against that, that's like the most shocking part to me.
I know that like there was a couple like custom content creators have decided to like stop making it because they feel like the company's going in a bad direction.
Understandably so. That's actually crazy. All right, and so there's going to be no upcoming movies, unfortunately, for this episode. But for this episode, we're going to be talking and reading some Reddit stories for the crowd. I love a good Reddit story, and I know you guys do.
You're literally Shane Top right now.
I am Shane Top, guys. Guys, Shane Top, confirmed. Anyways. I've watched a few episodes of Smosh and I like it. I love
Smosh. I told you I had unrestricted access to the internet. I watched everything.
And you know what? As you should. As you should. I do watch Smosh on occasion and I enjoy Smosh, so I love it. I love it so much. All right, so first we're going to be starting with Am I Overreacting? This story was posted about earlier, I think last night this story was posted.
Oh, it's recent.
Yeah, this is a fresh story with screenshots, guys. All right, so am I overreacting? My 19F roommate, 20F, threw the cookies I made in the trash because in her mind, I baked them to make her look bad and impress the guy she brought over. She was not even supposed to be in the apartment until Tuesday, yet she thinks I could see into the future. She's in town and on a date, predicting that she'll bring him home afterwards and bake cookies to sabotage her date. It's not like I was prancing around them in my underwear baking cookies. They were just some cookies cooling on an oven rack in the kitchen while I sat in my bedroom. We've never had a fight about guys before. Her and my type are polar opposites anyway, and I've never met a date or BF of hers before. In mind, this is completely insane. But a friend, also American, said I should not act like a tradeway when there's another male around because that can come off as being a pick-me. So let me read the screenshots. So she says, so the OP says, hey, where did you put the cookies? And then the other person goes, I'm busy right now, I have someone over. Did you eat the cookies or what? No, I threw them out. What? Why? Because you need to bake why you need to bake cookies and leave them out like that? So that asked me if I made them and I have to say no to my roommate. No, my roommate did. Why did you need to impress the guy I bring over? Pick me, looking for attention. What the hell? How? Does that even make sense? You said you wouldn't be back until Tuesday, so you let alone the guy wouldn't even be here. So how would I make the cookies to impress someone I didn't even know was coming? You could have just at least put them in the cupboard at least. You're just upset because your plan failed. Girl, what? What plan? I didn't even know you would be home, let alone with a guy. This is insane. I'm genuinely annoyed and insulted you threw my cookies out because you thought I had some master plan of some sort to seduce a strange man with chocolate chip cookies. Stop whining. I don't care about your stupid cookies. It looks like trash anyways.
That's insane. Like
That's
actually,
what I'm saying.
Because like you live in a house with someone else and you expect them to just not be around or do anything when you're bringing someone over.
Literally, like I feel like you
know
can
that someone's coming
yeah,
over.
I feel like you can bake cookies. Like I feel like you're just insecure about yourself if you're gonna get that upset about your roommate baking cookies.
And to throw them away.
Yeah, like why couldn't you?
I at least would have like eaten them. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me. Maybe that's me like being hungry and like really wanting dinner right now. You know, like maybe that's me.
I'm also hungry, so I feel you.
But I think I get that sometimes there are roommates that just don't talk. We've all been there, I fear, unless you commute, like some of us.
Hey guys.
But I think general roommate rule is like, hey, let me know if someone comes over, right?
Yeah.
And clearly she didn't let her know.
Right.
Exactly. She just brought someone over and she was like, oh, like I made cookies. Why'd you throw my cookies away? Like
to throw them away, like
I get it. If like even putting them in the cupboard wouldn't have even been like a crazy idea. Like okay.
And why does it matter if she made cookies?
I don't know because literally like okay, so the story is titled, "Am I Overreacting? Roommate threw away cookies I quote made to impress her date."
That is not overreacting.
Yeah, that is not an overreaction. Your roommate's overreacting.
Let me ask a question. What kind of man are you dating? If you think he'd leave you, if you were like, hey, these cookies, like my roommate made them, you want one? If he was like, oh,
Dang,
Give
your
me the
roommate.
girl that makes the cookies instead.
Yeah, bro, sign me up. What do you mean? And like the
Yeah.
first comment says, the clairvoyant master plan to seduce a strange man with chocolate chip cookies. LOL, thanks for the thanks for the laugh, and not overreacting. This is unhinged behavior,
The
which I would
trad-
totally agree.
I agree.
The trad wife comment is also kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Like
what do you mean?
I just can't.
Whoever your friend is that said you're acting like a trad wife, drop that friend, bro. Your
I
friend is
can't
weird.
Imagine like this fight happening in my life.
Yeah.
Because that is so crazy.
That is so insane. Like, they gotta be from the, I was gonna say not to generalize the South, but I feel like this has gotta be in like the South or something.
Clearly none of y'all grew up with a friend who had a passion for baking. I have a friend who like, you could show her a picture of a dessert and she could psychoanalyze it and bake it for you. Like, I swear.
You know what?
And so she could just show up
Yeah.
anywhere and be like, hey guys, I made a 4-tier cake. And we'd be like, yes, because it's free food.
Exactly.
Right.
And here's what else I see. Another comment says, she reeks of insecurity. I hope you can get away from her soon. I agree. Move out. Find a new roommate. She sucks.
I want to know if they were homemade cookies or if they were like store bought.
That would be
like,
very
baked in the
interesting.
oven.
Thought, like, this was some Pillsbury stuff,
Yeah.
$4 at like Walmart. That's one thing. If this was from scratch,
Like,
from the heart,
Yeah.
I'd be so mad. I would
I'd
actually be
mad.
so mad.
yeah,
Dead.
I don't think she's overreacting.
No, not at all.
That's all the time we have for today's episode. I'm Paige, along with Bree and Emma. Tune in next week for another riveting discussion in the world of pop culture. Have a great night, Millersville.